when I was hearing the stories, say from my dad. He'd been visited China like 15 years ago, and as I recall to these memories, and as I see the country now, it is so different, and it changed so much in the past years. 20 or 30 years ago, it was completely different country compared to now. And first, first of all, what I wanted to ask you is, how does it feel, this transition? Because you've been observing it from inside. How does this feel to both like things wise and mindset wise?
Yeah, actually, it changes a lot. As a matter of fact, the world is ever changing. In the past, in the past 20 to 30 years, I just went to university and I graduated. I got a job. Then I started. After that, I started my own business. I feel like that uh, it's it's changing so fast. Um, it's like when I stayed abroad for a couple of years. Um, I visit back every couple of months. There's a lot, changed a lot. Not like overseas. They might be quite stable. Yeah, that's the feeling. Yeah, I feel like uh, it will still change in the coming 20, 30 years for sure.
It was always so these changes you mentioned, is it always to the better, or sometimes it was some changes that are might be I mean, technologically, it's probably always becoming more advanced in every sphere. But for for the mindset of the people, say, was it always changing to the better? What do you think?
I don't I don't see uh uh people's expectation for life in the future will uh be better as better as before, or we still keep a high speed growth. That's that's the that's I don't know. The future will be unpredictable. What but what we can predict is great changes still happens. That's the prediction. Goes upward or downward, we don't know.
Okay, got it. The mindset of the people. I remember the story I heard from my dad. He was in Beijing in, I think, in around beginning of 2000s, like 20 years ago, I think.
Mm.
And he said that it felt like a village back then. And I just remember he said to me that he saw the huge queue of the people on the street standing. And I mean, they obviously he went for some scientific conference because he's a scientist. And he just they went to see what is this place people just waiting for, what is this thing. And actually it was, as he said, it was the embassy of Australia, and people were waiting to get a visa to go to Australia at the time. I don't think now Chinese people are really willing to go abroad that much. So do you feel this? So I'm just confused about this, because when you live kind of in a, maybe not the village, but in a country where technology is not that advanced, like 30 years ago, for example, I think the mindset of people is very different. So do you feel that this change of mindset is not yet happened to the level of the technology, because technology is so advanced in China now? And do you feel that people's mindset is not yet adapted to these technologies?
Actually, in the past years, China do learn a lot from the western part of the world. Uh, in the future, still we need to learn a lot from the rest of the world, especially in Western countries such as U.S., such as Britain, such as Australia. Yeah, and we also need to learn different cultures. that's the that's why we always want to go abroad for sightseeing, for traveling, for work, for studying, for whatever reasons. Yeah, still outside of China is attractive for us to explore. Very interesting word.
Yeah, and as I as I could say, it only opened recently, right? Like before, it was more or less closed country.
Actually, in the past, we have no we cannot afford to go abroad. As a matter of fact, not because government don't allow didn't allow us didn't allow us to go because we couldn't afford. Now we might be able to afford to yeah to go to abroad to learn something or meanwhile we maybe uh tell people what what we are doing in our mindsets. What do we have? And then maybe invite them to come to China, see what's happening here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the other thing is that was always that I was always interested in is that from as I remember from 1979 you had this policy for one child in a family till almost 2016, right?
Yeah. Actually, yeah,
I think you were born a bit like before this the policy.
yeah,
Yeah,
1977.
yeah, a couple of years before. So have you, and I remember you told me that you are the only child in a
Yes,
family.
yes.
Have you been impacted by this policy, or it was just like a different thing? Have your family been impacted?
No, because my family decided to have only one child. Yeah, but the rest of families may not share the same idea. Yeah, they prefer to have more kids to raise. Yeah, but for the government, they believe we don't have enough resource to support so many kids because back then our productivity is still very low. So the government thought